Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something pretty huge, maybe the biggest question of all. Where did everything come from? The origin of the universe, the source of, well, everything.
And we're going straight to the source material, aren't we? The Rigveda. Specifically, hymn 10.121, the Hiranya-garbha Sukta.
Exactly. Hiranya-garbha, which translates as the golden womb, right? This idea of a primordial, potent beginning.
That's it, the golden embryo sometimes. These 10 verses are traditionally seen as this incredible hymn praising that very entity.
Right. So our mission today is sort of twofold. First, we need to get a handle on that traditional view, this supreme being, often called Prajapati, the lord of creatures.
The one who sets everything up.
Yeah. But then, and this is where it gets really interesting, we're going to pivot. Our source material includes this, well, pretty radical modern commentary. It actually reinterprets these ancient verses using modern cosmology. We're talking Big Bang, even quantum physics.
Which is quite a leap, considering the age of the text. And grounding this whole exploration is this question, this refrain that pops up in 9 out of the 10 stanzas.
Ah, yes, the Kasmai Devaya Havishavidhima.
Precisely. To what God shall we offer our oblation?
It's such a powerful start, isn't it? It's like the seeker looks at the universe and just asks, who are you? Who deserves this reverence? An immediate sense of mystery.
It really sets the tone. Identification before devotion. A philosophical quest right from the outset.
Okay, so let's get into that identification. Section 1. The traditional understanding, the golden womb, this supreme identity. What does verse 1 tell us?
Well, verse 1 is pretty clear. It says, Hiranya-garbha was there before creation. And crucially, once born, it became the Patireka Asit, the one single lord of all existence.
The sole ruler. That's where Prajapati comes in. The entity that established the earth and the heavens.
Exactly, the foundation layer of reality.
So we start with this ultimate singularity, the source of all order. And the verses that follow, they really build on this power, don't they? It's not just authority, it's overwhelming cosmic might.
Absolutely. Verse 2 jumps right in. It gives life, it gives strength. Even the gods, the forces of nature, they obey its command.
And that detail in verse 2, I find it fascinating. Its shadow is both immortality and death.
That's not just saying it's in charge. It contains the opposites, the alpha and the omega, all within one source.
The ultimate paradox, held in balance.
That duality is key to its supreme nature. And verse 3 really cements his rule over the living world. It became king over everything, animate and inanimate, specifically ruling all two-footed and four-footed beings.
Which is a very poetic way of saying all creatures that walk or crawl. Complete dominion over life.
Total sovereignty. And then the hymn zooms out, you could say, uses these grand geographical examples to show the scale of his influence.
Right, the cosmic geography lesson.
Yes. Verse 4 asks these rhetorical questions. Whose power holds up the snow-capped mountains? Who owns the ocean and the rivers that feed it? Whose are the directions, the arms of the cosmos?
It's grounding this immense power in things we can, well, almost grasp. Mountains, oceans, huge, tangible parts of our world.
The scale is just immense. And verse 5 kind of completes that picture of cosmic ordering. It's the one who firmly fixed the mighty heavens and the earth, established light, the sky, measured out the atmosphere.
It really sounds like the moment that pure potential, the golden womb, actually solidified into the reality we can measure and see.
Yes, it's like the blueprint being executed. Order emerging from the unmanifest. But now, okay, let's shift gears. Section 2. This is where that commentary, the Inscription of Gurudeva, really starts to challenge things.
And let's just clarify for listeners, this Gurudeva isn't an ancient figure. It's a modern commentary, notes from a scholar or teacher suggesting the text holds much more than it used to appear, pushing us beyond simple duality.
Exactly. The source encourages a different kind of contemplation, shifting from an external God way up there to something more. Unified, maybe internal. And it starts with Hiranya-garbha itself. Gurudeva poses this idea. Maybe the rishi, the sage Hiranya-garbha composing the hymn, isn't just talking about some external he.
Wait, so the rishi might be talking about himself as embodying existence, placing himself on behalf of the existence. That's a huge shift from the standard view.
It is, isn't it? It points towards that non-dual realization, summed up in Aham Brahma, I am the Absolute. The idea is that Rishi isn't seeing a God separate from himself, but is experiencing the whole indivisible reality as himself.
So the golden womb isn't just out there, it's the potential within everything, including the person observing it.
That's the implication,
Mm.
which of course completely changes the meaning of that recurring question, to what God shall we offer?
Hmm.
If the source is also you, the question sort of dissolves.
Huh. Okay. But the rereading doesn't stop there, does it? It goes on to redefine the gods mentioned in verse 2.
Right. This is where the scientific analogies really start to kick in. Traditionally, verse 2 says the gods obey the womb. The Gurudeva commentary offers a startling reinterpretation. These gods aren't deities in the sky, but stars, nebula, cosmic dust, and different types of cosmic rays.
Whoa, hang on. So the ancient gods obeying a command are reimagined as, like, fundamental astronomical objects and forces following the laws of physics set down by the initial singularity.
Precisely that. It treats the Vedic poetic language as a flexible vessel for timeless truths. If the Vedas speaks to universal principles, then the ancient gods could be seen as metaphors for the cosmic agents we observe today. You see similar interpretations with the Purusha Sukta sometimes.
Okay, mind slightly blown. Now it gets even more complex with verse 6. It talks about two contending hosts looking up to the womb where the sun shines. Traditionally, that's seen as maybe gods and demons or opposing forces, but the commentary links this to physics.
Yes, specifically, Gurudeva suggests this points to the obvious dual appearances of the omnipresence, something like quantum mechanics, expressed in a simpler gesture.
Okay, stop right there. Quantum mechanics in a hymn from the Rigveda. We need to unpack that carefully. Is the claim that the Rishi understood quantum physics?
Not in our mathematical sense, no. But philosophically, look at the imagery. Two opposing forces, contending hosts, both looking towards the single source of light, the sun representing the absolute. It describes a fundamental duality emerging from unity. Quantum mechanics grapples with observed dualities, wave and particle existing simultaneously.
So it's not the equations, but the underlying principle, the observation that reality seems to manifest in contradictory pairs, springing from a single source.
Exactly. It's a high-level philosophical observation about the structure of reality. They saw this pattern of duality in the cosmos and described it poetically. The commentary suggests this ancient insight resonates with modern physics findings about fundamental duality.
Okay, that makes more sense. It's about the pattern recognition. Now let's talk about the creation mechanism itself. Verses 7 and 8 focus heavily on water.
Ah, yes, the primordial water. This is crucial for the Big Bang analogy. The text says these waters held the golden womb, the potential. But water in Vedic terms often means more than just, H2O.
So what does the commentary suggest it means here?
It's interpreted as indicating a flow of pulses or vibration or shaking. Think about it, a state of pure energy before matter vibrating intensely. This shaking, this flow, is what allows basic elements to combine into more complex matter. It triggers a chain reaction.
Okay, so the water isn't a literal cosmic ocean, but maybe pure energy, fundamental vibrations like the state of the very early universe. And the shaking is the force, the instability that drives the formation of particles and then atoms.
That's the interpretation. The flow of pulses, the vibration, is the precursor to substance. Think about the Big Bang model. You start with this incredibly dense, hot point of energy. It expands rapidly, that's vibration, immense energy release, fundamental forces pulsing. Not liquid water. As it cools and expands, this energy shakes into matter, triggering the chain reaction of element formation, hydrogen, helium, stars.
I can definitely see the parallel now. So the commentary's conclusion is that this ancient poetic description of a chain reaction, starting from a vibrating fluid-like potential, it looks remarkably similar, at least conceptually, to the Big Bang.
Yeah, the progressive format of creation emerging from this vibrating potential. It's quite stunning, really. Whether you approach origins spiritually or scientifically, you often end up describing similar initial conditions: singularity, instability or vibration, and then emergent order.
Okay, but now we get near the end of the hymn, verses 9 and 10. And verse 9 throws up a bit of a challenge, doesn't it? After all this talk of the ultimate non-dual source, the verse seems to backtrack into a simple plea. May he, the creator of the earth, not harm us.
It does seem contradictory, right? And this is where Gurudeva offers another really intriguing interpretation. It's suggested this isn't a genuine prayer born of fear. It's a conscious contradiction, placed there by the rishi as a kind of test.
A test for the listener or the student receiving the teaching.
Exactly. Think about it. If you've truly absorbed the meaning of the first 8 verses, especially that Aham Brahma, I am the absolute idea, the unity of the self and the source, then how could you possibly ask it not to harm you?
Because If the absolute is everything, including me, then asking it not to harm me makes no sense. It's like asking my own reflection not to hurt me. The very idea of separation and potential harm becomes obsolete if you've realized that unity.
Precisely. The fear embedded in that prayer signals a lack of full realization. So the prayer acts as a litmus test. Does the student revert to a dualistic, fearful mindset, or have they truly grasped the non-dual message? It gauges the depth of their understanding.
Clever. A built-in check. Which then leads us to the final verse, verse 10. This is where the hymn finally gives a direct answer to that question, repeated 9 times. Kasmai devaya havisha vitima. To whom do we offer the oblation?
And the answer is clear, direct, and confirms the unity. It's addressed straight to Prajapati, the Lord of creatures, stating unequivocally that no one other than you pervades all these created things. All those questions. The answer is this one, all-encompassing presence.
So the mystery is resolved. The seeking finds its object. The oblation belongs to the single unifying source that permeates everything. It's an affirmation after all the questioning.
Yes. And then the very last line brings this incredibly high-level cosmic understanding right back down to earth, doesn't it? It connects it to the seeker's life.
You mean the part that says, may what we desire when we offer oblation to you be ours. May we become the masters of riches.
Exactly. It seems quite practical after all that metaphysics. It implies that understanding this cosmic unity, aligning yourself with the source, isn't just an intellectual exercise. It's meant to lead to fulfillment, mastery in your own life, achieving your desires, riches in the broadest sense.
So understanding the universe empowers you within it. It's not just abstract knowledge.
That seems to be the message. The ultimate goal includes living effectively and prosperously, empowered by this realization of oneness.
So reflecting on this whole journey, we've gone from this ancient, profound question about the universe's origin in the Hiranya-garbha Sukta, explored the traditional idea of a supreme lord, and then pivoted to this really provocative modern view, seeing echoes of, well, the Big Bang and quantum principles and millennial-old poetry.
It really shows the enduring power of these foundational texts, how they can be read and reread across ages. And this sukta is one of the big 3 cosmological hymns in the Rigveda, right? Alongside the Nasadiya Sutta, which really emphasizes the uncertainty, the not this, not that of creation, and the Purusha Sutta, with its imagery of creation through cosmic sacrifice.
All trying to grapple with the ultimate mystery from different angles.
Meditations on the source.
And as we wrap up, there's that final note from the Gurudeva commentary itself. They added this personal reflection, saying that their own insights, their realizations, which they humbly call pebbles, might actually change over time during the course of my journey.
Which is such an important point, I think. It suggests that even deep understanding, even for someone offering these kinds of interpretations, isn't necessarily fixed or final. Realization itself might be an ongoing, evolving process.
Yeah, that's a powerful thought. And it leaves us with a question for you, listening. If even profound knowledge and personal insights are expected to shift and evolve over a lifetime, how does that influence your own search for truth, your own understanding of reality? Are you open to your deepest convictions changing as your journey continues?
Something to definitely ponder as we navigate our own existence.